Hi and good morning. I'm Alan Bushong. I'm Executive Director of Capital Community Television, and I'm welcoming you to Salem Eclipse 2017. And if you're in Salem, who could possibly not know that today is the day of the total solar eclipse? We'll be on Channel 21 live for the next 3 hours to give you the best look possible at the sun and the eclipse. And we're joined by CCTV volunteer Brad Wortman and his friend Tim Lockram. They're up on the roof taking a look at this. They'll be carrying almost all the conversation today as they tell us what's happening from an astronomy and an enjoyment point of view. So I want to welcome Brad and Tim.
Well, thank you, Alan. Oh, wait a minute. Hi, Alan, and it's good to be here today. I want to welcome everybody here to the Great American Eclipse of 2017 on a beautiful sunny day here in Salem, Oregon. I'm here with my good buddy and longtime friend and fellow astronomy geek, Tim Lockram. Say hi, Tim.
Hi, everybody.
Okay, all right, Alan. It's now 9:06. We are just starting into the total eclipse cycle, and you won't see much at the beginning here, but you'll start noticing. Oh, let's go to the telescope. So let's go to the star of the show, and you'll see that in the upper right-hand corner, you notice how the sun looks a little flatter. That's the moon. That's the moon beginning to cross over into the surface of the sun. So the yellow disk is the sun, and you'll probably notice on the disk of the sun there's going to be some little dark dots, and those are sunspots. And the sunspots are good. Tim, you're the solar astronomer. Tell a little more about what sunspots are and how they form.
Well, they're a disturbance on the sun, a magnetic disturbance where the surface of the sun is somewhat cooler than the rest of the surface of the sun, so they appear dark by contrast. They're not really dark. They're just dark in comparison with the rest of the sun.
Cooler areas.
Cooler areas, yeah.
These are still shots only, so for people around Salem, if you're taking a look at this, this is less traffic than we would normally have at this time. Lancaster and Center, one of the busiest intersections in Salem at Lancaster Mall. Here we are, Center and 17th Street. Again, there's a lot of people that have stayed home. Not as many people working today also, as we look very close here to CCTV. Commercial and Mission, again, that's an intersection you would expect to see stopped. The moon continues its revolution around the Earth, and we continue our revolution around the sun, which the combination of which is increasing the coverage of the moon over the sun. We're not going to show you right now, but as we start to see changes on the ground, as we start to see the ground get darker, Sharam will be showing us some pictures there, and actually we're bringing it right now. And what a terrific picture that we've got here. There are a lot of hot air balloons in Salem, and you see a lot of them. Actually, I have a neighbor only a couple blocks away that owns a hot air balloon, and we're seeing a hot air balloon up right now over Salem. That's a really beautiful shot. Again, thank you for joining us. We're going to stay here all the way into totality and then all the way back out as the sun is revealed again by the movement of the moon. A rare opportunity. I think Brad and Tim have already told you that the next time in the United States is the year 2024 when there will be a total eclipse. But for those of us in Oregon, we're going to be the travelers for that if people choose to go. Starts in Texas and exits actually I think through the Maritime provinces in Canada.
Wow. You know, I just noticed that it just seemed to dramatically drop. I mean, it was just like just like a step where it dramatically dropped, and now we're looking out. Now, so we're looking off to the west, and we're not seeing any clouds off to the west, but when we look out to the east, you can see the stratification in the cirrus cloud layers.
And we are just along. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful shot that is.
Oh, there you go. So there's the diffraction effect from the leaves. Oh, really nice shot. This is where the fun starts.
Yes, it does. The birds will start to get a little confused and think it's nighttime.
And it's really, you can tell it's really getting cooler up here now.
Yeah, it has. Temperature has dropped.
Yeah. The wind is still blowing. I'm wishing I brought a jacket now.
I'm thinking I'm glad I wore long pants. I was thinking of wearing shorts because it's going to be so hot today, but it's chilly up on this roof right now.
Yeah. I think it's Yeah, I think the high today is here is supposed to be 92 degrees, but I'm guessing it's probably 70 some now.
Maybe even in the
Little
high
chiller
60s.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, just it's just amazing. Just suddenly, you would think that it just gets darker a little at a time, so you would hardly, almost like you wouldn't notice it, but it just comes in little bursts, and it just goes funk down like 10%,
Yeah.
and boom, down another 10%. And again, as we get close to totality here, you're going to see as just the last thin crescent of the sun starts to disappear, you'll see what's called the diamond ring effect, which is the last little bit of sun, and that will break up into what's called Bailey's beads, which are the sun that is peeking through the valleys of the moon and being blocked by the mountains of the moon. Okay, about 1 minute 20 seconds, and now it gets really dim. That's not us imagining it.
It's just dim.
30 seconds, and you can see the sun just rapidly disappearing. And
Back on. Look at the birds.
We had a little bit of trouble on a couple of our images, but hope that we captured most of it for people. It was an amazing thing to see. The brightness of the ring around the sun was something that I didn't expect.
Alan, this is the second one I've seen, and this one still just gave me goosebumps. It was amazing.
Well, I think we all feel the same way. I was seeing Megan on our staff outside jumping up and down and clapping, and I think that was exactly the right thing to do. It was so spectacular.
so as we wrap things up here, Timothy, any final thoughts you have?
There's nothing like a total eclipse.